get a feel to why people were like up in arms about you. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Talk Podcast. Today, I want to react to another Kevin Samuels video. Why? Because I enjoyed him. And I think there is a lot to learn. I am certain that there is something to learn out of Kevin Samuels videos. Because why? It's interesting how not only women, but right now it's going to be another woman, but how people call into his show and complain about certain things, not realizing that they are reflecting what they are actually complaining about. So I don't know how this is going to go, to be honest. It's been running for a few seconds and not really listening into well because I was trying to get this thing running in background. So let's start together and see what this conversation is going to be about because I have no idea.
Unmute yourself. Hi, Leah. Yeah, I can hear you now. How old are you, by the way? All right. So, what do you got for me? What question did you come here to tackle?
I actually just saw that you were live and I joined in last second. So I'm kind of out of the loop right now.
So, why do y'all do that? Y'all just jump on panels?
I honestly didn't even think I was gonna get in because I've tried to get in before and I've never gotten in. So I didn't even think this was gonna work.
I'm always curious.
So, just a quick, I don't know, let's just give an understanding. For those who don't know, Kevin Samuels has this show. Unfortunately, he's not amongst us anymore. He had the show, which it's kind of still running, I guess, or at least what he's talked about is still very much valid. Where people would call in, they could show themselves on camera or just have a conversation. Sometimes it's like a single conversation. Sometimes people would actually book a session, and other times it's like a group conversation, right? And it's definitely about relationships, be it dating, marriage, things that have to do with your growth and personality, lifestyle, and so many other questions.
What it is, though, because I got a show. So you click on the link because you didn't think you were going to get in. Now that you're here.
Now that I'm here.
What sense does that make? I'm trying to understand why y'all do that. I'm serious.
I don't know. I honestly wasn't.
Do you have a question about anything?
I didn't even think it was. What'd you say?
Do you have a question about anything? Because now that you're here, I don't want you to just sit here and look silly.
To be honest, I guess that's a bit like trolling and it's a bit unnecessary, to be honest. There's something you would find on TikTok. On TikTok, some people have the option to like set up live shows. And sometimes you just see random people want to come up just to be up and take the space or just to be funny about it. I guess really maybe she's always wanted to come up, but never really been prepared to actually come up. So
okay. Okay. What were you guys talking about beforehand?
No. There's a whole monologue. Why do you normally watch the show, and what questions do you
have? I normally watch it because of your viral moments, and a lot of people have a problem with you, and so I never jumped to conclusions. So I started watching just to kind of get a feel to why people were like up in arms about you. I personally have never been offended by anything you said, but I can see why people get offended. Okay, to your question.
So much.
You say people are offended. Are you saying women are offended?
Yeah.
Okay, so I like to be specific. People aren't offended by me. Women are offended by me.
Yeah.
And do these women tend to be in shape, fit, childless, and attractive?
No.
Now wait a minute, okay? Before anyone starts coming for me here on the Talk Podcast, okay? We are watching this together, right? Keep that in mind.
That's why they're upset.
Yeah.
Guys, girls, grab yourself some.
Yeah,
I mean, can we just admit that? I mean, that's why they're angry, because they fall into the demographics of being out of shape or overweight.
Yeah.
children,
She's like, yeah.
and or unattractive. And 2 of the 3 things, you can do something about your weight and your shape, and even your child status.
Yeah.
What your face is, we're all born with that. But
so, well, with the child status, for those obviously who already have kids, don't understand this in any crazy funky way. You have your kid, right? What you can decide is yet, do you want to keep having kids? Does that make sense? Like, let's say you find yourself having a child or multiple children with different men. Do you want to keep doing that? That is definitely something you can control.
But
And
there's
the weight
anything that I
aspect
say
is
about
also
women,
something you can control.
stuff that's really outside of their control if they choose to control it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I guess my question, now that we've been talking for a second here, a question that kind of pops into the mind is how do you think women, especially my age, should approach how to be, I guess, like,
what is she trying to
a
ask?
top tier female in a sense? Because I feel like
a top tier female?
Oh, like just like as like the rap videos like to call it, like a bad bitch, because it's like,
why do you want to be
no. You know, it was so difficult for her to explain what kind of persona, woman, image, whatever she's trying to pursue. But the rap women, the ones in the videos, really, oh no.
Why do you want it? Why? Okay, a top tier female is not a bad. First off, hold on. Let's be clear. What's pushed in quote unquote rap culture?
Yeah. No, that's not.
No.
I'm saying I'm saying it's different depending on whatever culture or whatever class that you're in. Like in rap.
Wait, I need to get this clear. Actually, I'm gonna look for this video very soon. It was this young lady who talked about this in such a passionate yet factual way, when it comes to this mix up about music, black music, rap music, and then this culture that is attached to just being a black person is so confusing, right? I do understand why you want to say, "Ooh, culture, black music." I get that, right? Because people are so used to doing that, but do not attach what you see on some rap video, how you see women behaving in a rap video should not be your sense of or your reality of culture, what you want to pursue or even keep pursuing. Like, this is not what black people associate as their culture. Like, there's so much diverse culture within different black people, but the rap music is just a genre we created, yes, and so many other people enjoy. And even within that, there's so much differences and nuances. But this is not like, oh, this is how she's twerking in the videos, and this is how the men are treating the women in the videos, and this is how the women are acting and talking and dressing in the videos, and this is how the men are behaving in those videos, and this is what they're saying in those songs. And now this is our culture as black people. This is what we claim, and this is your idea of kind of like a higher class woman. It just doesn't make sense. We need to stop this.
Rap culture, like being the bad bitch,
But that's what I was saying. Stop. That's what I was saying. You're mixing stuff up. Saying would you bring in rap along with academia?
No.
Okay.
No, but
listen.
Thank you. I really sorry for stopping again, but this is really mind blowing. It's one thing to say, I have fun with it, I enjoy it, and all that good stuff. And especially when you're younger, people would even understand where this is coming from. But I guess, I don't even know what to think at this point. To think that this is I understand this is America, right? But even there, or especially there, people need to start waking up and stopping this. And the reason why I say this is, it's everywhere kind of, because yes, America does influence kind of the whole world, if you want to put it that way. You see it in Germany, you see it in the UK, you see it in Australia, you see it in Nigeria, right? You see it everywhere. There's just things happening, influences are all over the place. But I find it so shocking that we want to pretend that we don't have solid, valuable, proud, great, beautiful culture. Like for me, for example, and this has nothing to do with you don't, like, you're not American, so you cannot talk about this. No, because as I said, different cultures within different Black people, right? But this confusion you will find even here.
Listen. So that's the not. You shouldn't link those things. That's good to look at. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's no different than what you see in rap videos today is what used to be seen in the strip clubs or go-go dances, or either of those wives.
No.
All right.
And I want to add something else. It just comes to mind, right? To be honest, it does not even take men to push this idea on women nowadays. It's mostly women who are selling this idea. This is the new so-called beauty standard. This is the new idea of, showing that you have made it, to act a certain way, to present a certain way, which is what she's saying, what you see in the rap videos, right? It is just a copycat play. It's craziness. I'm sorry, but it is, right? And other women teach other women that this is the norm and they believe it. It doesn't even take a man to do it. Yes, there are this small circle of men who are in the rap game and who are all that stuff, but in general, it's not really men in reality or in your day-to-day life who are pushing this in front of women like, this is how you should act, this is how you should be. If you present that way, let's say on your social media or whatnot, are men gonna come and peep? Yes, for sure. But really, it does not take men to sell this idea to women.
So when asking me what does a woman need to do to be a woman like that, I can't help you.
That's
why we need to make the distinction.
That's not necessarily what I was asking.
Then reframe your question.
I guess. I honestly don't even know how. I don't even know how to put it in words. Like, it's okay. What would you say to young girls who are being approached with all these different imageries on what men want? You have rap saying this. You have college folks saying this. They have so many different images.
Stop. Are you in college?
No, not anymore. No.
One of the problems I have with young ladies today is you ladies are so short attention. You can't even frame a question. A college-educated woman can't give me a simple question. If this is the case, turn off the TV, turn off.
That's why I'm not buying into this college knowledge. Everybody's college educated, but really?
Off Instagram, turn off the videos, minimize your inputs. Because I am tired of hearing young ladies who are so overloaded, overwhelmed, that makes you sound scatterbrained.
I am scatterbrained right now. I'm not.
Well, but that's not. No, you're not. That's not just right now.
At least she's honest.
And that's a part of the problem with this texting, the instant gratification. Let me ask you, Lydia, when was the last time you picked up an actual book and read it for enjoyment?
It's sitting on the table right now, actually. I don't have any social media.
I said, when was the last time you picked one up and read it?
10 minutes ago.
Okay, what book are you reading?
The Bible.
And you're reading the Bible for enjoyment?
Yeah.
Do you realize how... Now, you come and asking questions about what should a woman do to be a bad bitch and all these input. Listen. I listen very well, young lady. Listen.
Gotcha.
Because you can go back and listen to this section, and the question you tried to frame was all over the place, And then
was, and that's not what
stop.
That's not what I meant.
What did I say? Did I say stop? Am I talking to myself, people? I'm trying to teach you something, or tell you something. But you know what? Go ahead, because this is another problem. 23 years old, impatience.
Oh, 23 is, yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
I did not get the age, so it's good that we know how old she is. It's good for context in general, right? And all of this, right? People need to understand that there are different people out there. Like, don't get it twisted when you hear someone is college educated, whatnot. People go through different things in life. We all understand that, but we're trying to look at this from a general perspective. We're trying to learn something from this. So it's good to know that, okay, this is her age.
I'm young lady. Yes. Finally. So, juxtaposing what you said against the question you're about to ask makes no sense. There's no one that it doesn't make a lot of sense to come in and say, "Hey, how do you want to be a high-tiered woman?" And according to the world, and you're reading the Bible. I don't care how you frame it; those two things don't matter. Make sense. You're right. Are you living your life according to the Bible?
Say it again.
Do you want to live your life according to the Bible?
Yeah, okay. So that honestly, like when I was asking that question, it wasn't for me. It really wasn't for me. I was trying to get a conversation going about how
all you can talk about is you.
Me? Okay.
That's another problem. You ladies try to ask questions for billions and millions of women that you are not. And no matter how you slice it, ma'am, it sounds crazy.
You're right.
That is so true. Honestly, I'm sure I do it. We've all done it. Maybe some don't do it, but really, that is something that is so true. It is important to learn not only how to listen, but to be very precise with what you're actually asking. And if you're trying to talk to someone about you, then really just stick to you and don't bring the whole world into it, or your friend's situation and what you saw in that movie and how it could be and what about this.
Can you ask a question on behalf of millions of women you don't know? Instead of worrying about the woman that I'm talking to.
You are right.
Thank you. So my point still remains. You guys are too scattered.
Okay.
That's why I ask, and for people who are wondering, this is why I'm so direct and I ask my questions. I cut people off because this is what tends to happen. Do you want to be married one day?
Yeah.
Do you want children?
Yeah.
How many children would you like to have?
As many as I can.
How many children would you like to have?
Over 5.
Over 5. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant?
Not full time, no.
Okay, what percentage of? I guess I'm gonna make this a 2-clip thing, like 1 episode, 2nd episode, because I want to talk about this being scattered. And honestly, I can hold myself accountable on that one. It is something that I always knew it's important to learn. And I think I'm still on the journey. And I can only tell people, if you have something that you just know you're kind of scattered about it, you're not really getting to the point, your mind is all over the place, work on it, right? When it's, especially when it's like the way you communicate with people, it's not about being perfect with all the high class big words. No, that's not the point. It's really about knowing how to talk, knowing when to listen, knowing what to say, how much to share, like being more precise of what you're actually trying to say. And nowadays, my generation, I'm sure the next one after me, like we're so confused, right? Probably the ones before that as well. But you guys know for sure what we're talking about. Even if you look around here in Germany, if you look around, you're scrolling online and you see all these so-called fun clips, but actually, is it really that fun when you have young people who have so much access to so-called free knowledge and all the information, which is true, right? It's right in front of us, but it seems like people are not really getting that smart anymore. I don't know if you guys have ever seen both English and maybe also in German, when years ago, like, I don't know, in the 40s till early 60s, okay, just look at how people used to talk. The way they spoke was so high class, but it wasn't even high class. That was just day-to-day language, okay? Young kids had a way of talking that it blew my mind. I struggle. I don't know. So if we can get back to that, would be so much. It would be so helpful for us and then all together as a society. Does that make sense? So I'll cut this right now and then we play the clip because
financial family load